is that for some reason when you're doing it live, even though you can't hear the audience, you know that you have hundreds of people on the line. Let's say especially if you have like 1,000 people registered for your call. So on that call there's at least 300 to 400 people on the call waiting for you, and you know it, the other party knows it, and it just forces you it forces you and that energy that are coming through them from the other line, and in your mind you know that they are on the other line, that if you messed up, that's it. You mess up, you keep on going, but you're not going to mess up. You're going to do your best because you have so many people on the line waiting for you. And so for some reason, like psychologically, it takes your game to the next level. I mean, it's just like you're a lot more energized. You're a lot more passionate about what you're teaching. And so it's different. For example, like you might be able to tell this call versus a call that I did, say, last week when I was doing it live. I had a lot more energy because I know you're on the line. Hello?
Hello. Where'd you go?
Huh. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, it's weird. My phone thing here just shut up.
That was strange.
I wonder if it's low on battery. Oh, we'll try it again. So look at that. I'm not going to edit that part out. Some reason my headset just hung up on me, and so I was like, what the heck happened, right? If I was doing that live, I couldn't have edited that part out. Anyways. And so, but it's just this certain energy that comes through when you're doing it live that you just can't duplicate. You just can't duplicate through a pre-recording. You just can't. And also, too, when you're doing it live, if something's wrong with your phone, you can switch to another phone. You can, like if you're seeing the audience complaining about the audio quality, you can do something about that. And so versus when you're doing a pre-recording, and if you were not careful about your recording, like the way it works is this. Any audio quality that sounds a little bit bad when you're doing the pre-recording, multiply that by at least like 5 times on the phone. So if they can't hear you well when you're doing your pre-recording, when you're watching your video and you're trying to play that on a webinar, it's a lot worse than that. They probably won't be able to hear you at all. Or if you have a humming noise, when you do the pre-recording, it might sound small, like well, on the call, they might sound like So everything gets worse when you have to go through the bridge line. And so if you're gonna do the pre-recording, make sure that you have a high quality pre-recording. That's why we have to invest in all of these professional equipment, is to make sure that we have that high quality audio, because the audio is it's probably the biggest challenge, the biggest problem that that you're going to have, that people complain about on these calls. And so making sure you have good audio. And what else? That's pretty much the pros and cons. The only pro to the live calls is the energy, and because of that energy, we typically get a lot more sales. Okay, because of that energy, we get a lot more sales when we're doing it live, and also on live calls. Well, you can do this on pre-recorded too, but on live calls, like you can even see the orders coming in, so you can even tell them, like, congratulations to Dustin, to Tracy, to Frank, to Pat, for taking action already. So you can call out their name and congratulate them. That that's not something you can do on pre-recording. you can do a fake name list on pre-recording, like what I just did, right? I just name out some generic name. Well, in your case, I didn't use generic name. I used your real name, but on a normal pre-recording, I can just say, congratulations to John, to Rebecca, to Kim. Those are common. Lisa. Those are common names that if you say out, chances are, there's somebody there with those names. Okay, so let me see what else. That's pretty much it for the hardware part of it, unless Lisa want to add on anything on the hardware.
No, you got it.
Okay, cool. All right, so now let's go to the software side of the business. Okay. Well, first, let me, as you notice, okay, here is the PowerPoint presentation, right? And I did not put the PowerPoint presentation into presentation mode. Okay, you can't put PowerPoint presentation into presentation mode. And so this is the normal editing mode. Okay, and what Lisa has done, she had cropped it out. All of the top part. So, like, if I move down my thing down here to her recording, screen recording area, now you can see all of these controls up here. Okay, you can see that, and so, or like, let me see. Oops. Yeah, there you go. Normally, like your PowerPoint presentation will have all of these stuff. You don't need to minimize it if you don't want to. I do that. Let me minimize this again. Okay. All right. So let me put it back. Okay. Remember if you go back, or not go back, if you remember from live calls that I did, you were able to see, my control panel. You were able to see my entire screen. But now that you're watching this pre-recorded one, what Lisa has done is she cropped it out. She only recording like around from here, okay, over, down to, oops, sorry. Okay. Okay. down to here and then cross over. And in this case, I have another, this here would be the other party that I have on the line, his webcam, and in this case it's just me, so that's why I'm just setting it here. But I try to balance these things, as much as I can. Okay, but in this case it's just me, so I don't need to balance it too much. Okay, and I use Yahoo Instant Messenger for my own side. If you notice, I'm just using the Logitech QuickCam, the Logitech QuickCam software here. And the reason why I'm doing this is because it's a little bit clearer than if I had used the Yahoo Instant Messenger. But if I'm, if I'm trying to get the video from the other person, then I can't see his Logitech QuickCam, so I would have to use the Yahoo. And there are circumstances also where I would use the Yahoo webcam for both me and the other party. If for some reason I can't use the Logitech one. An example of that would be, let me think here. If the other party was the one that's doing the presentation, and if the other party was the one that's doing the presentation, and so he's sharing his webcam or his screen, then that's and if he doesn't know how to use the QuickCam, then he'll use both. Both of them will be the Yahoo Instant Messenger. So let me put that in here. And the reason why I use Yahoo Instant Messenger over Skype or AOL or the live the live messenger from Microsoft is because of my ability. You see how it's separated out like this? So I can move this around. I can do whatever. It's not attached to the chat software like a lot of the other ones are attached to the chat software. Same thing. The reason why I use this one over Uvu because Uvu will. If you remember from last week, it was displaying the two webcam horizontally like this, okay? And so if it's just I would have to make this thing wider. That means that my PowerPoint presentation has to be smaller, so that way I can fit the two webcams side by side like that. And so this is the reason why I use the Yahoo Instant Messenger, because it allows me to put it, to adjust it upside down like that, vertically, like that. Okay. Okay. So that's that. The second software you're going to use is this GoToWebinar software, which is what you're using right now to watch this presentation. And typically when I am doing the pre-recording, I would just use the GoToMeeting part of it. If you're doing the live recording, like what you're seeing is the GoToWebinar. GoToWebinar and GoToMeeting is pretty much the same thing. The GoToMeeting, it can only support a smaller amount of people, and everybody can talk, and you can hear each other. The GoToWebinar service is a service that allows like up to 1,000 people to be able to view the presentation, and so the GoToWebinar is just for bigger audience, but all of the functionalities are pretty much the same. Okay. Okay. Let me see. The bridge line that I use, I used to test out different bridge line. There's benefits to a lot of bridge lines out there. You can hear the audio. For example, like the bridge line that you're using right now, where when you're talking, I can hear you. That's my bridge line through InstantTeleseminar.com. And but normally when I do my webinars to support more people, because with the InstantTeleseminar.com, only 200 people can be on the phone to communicate with me. The rest of them will have to watch it online. And with the simple event, up to 1,000 people can listen. It's just that I can't hear them, but they can hear me. And the GoToMeeting has a built-in bridge line that you can do that. See like these phone numbers. Okay, that's directly from them. I don't do that. The reason being is because when you use the GoToWebinar conference line, which is really the same, the GoToWebinar and the Simple Event company is the same company. But I don't use the GoToWebinar lines is because it changes. The phone number and the PIN number, the access code changes each time you set up a webinar. And so what I did was I went over to simpleevents.com and register for a free account, and they gave me a set phone number and access PIN that I can use at any time I want, whenever I want, and that number, that access code doesn't